And now to some new developments tonight on the civil lawsuit accusing rappers Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of. The accuser has now dropped the case.
Period. Okay, so last hour when we left off, you had asked me, did Tony Busby respond to Jay-Z?
Yes.
And he did. So he responded to
a lawsuit accusing music icons Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs of shocking behavior was recently dismissed with prejudice, meaning it can't be refiled in its current form. The case, filed by a Jane Doe, alleged that in 2000, following the MTV Video Music Awards, she was taken to an after-party where she experienced a horrifying incident involving both Jay-Z and Combs. Initially, the lawsuit targeted Combs alone, but later Jay-Z was added as a defendant. The case appeared set to rock the music world. However, the dismissal has sparked questions. Was it due to a lack of evidence, or are there more strategic moves at play behind the scenes? This decision is anything but straightforward, leaving many wondering if deeper, more calculated forces are at work.
In a blistering statement, Jay-Z accuses Jane Doe's attorney of trying to blackmail him. He said further, quote, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away."
Things took a turn when Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, strongly denied the allegations, claiming they were not just false, but fabricated. He didn't just reject the claims, he called the lawsuit a blackmail attempt and accused the lawyer, Tony Busby, of orchestrating an elaborate shakedown. Jay-Z vowed publicly not to settle or pay a dime to make it go away, and he stuck to that stance. Meanwhile, Sean Combs, already facing multiple legal issues, also denied the accusations through his legal team, calling them part of a pattern of baseless claims aimed at quick payouts. While Jay-Z was able to secure a swift dismissal, Combs is facing a much more complicated situation. His name remains tied to numerous ongoing legal battles, and he is currently behind bars, awaiting trial for other serious charges.
Now, he, of course, is more than annoyed, would be an understatement.
Yeah.
He has a family, and he has a lot to protect, including his brand. But to the extent that he's saying, hey, come after me criminally, that could be likely. Why do I say that? Because in New York, and what's alleged in this complaint is forcible compulsion. What that means in English is that it's saying that he held her down.
The lawsuit against Jay-Z took a significant turn when Jane Doe's credibility started to unravel. In a December interview, she admitted to making mistakes in her recollection of events, even suggesting she might have misidentified the individuals involved. This revelation was a major blow to her case, as it's not the kind of admission you want when trying to convince a court of your claims. Combined with what Jay-Z's team called a lack of concrete evidence, it became a key turning point in the case. Jay-Z's lawyer, Alex Spiro, didn't hold back, calling the allegations false and commending Jay-Z for standing firm in the face of such heinous claims. By refusing to back down, Jay has done what few could. He pushed back, never settled, and never paid a single penny. He triumphed and cleared his name, Spiro said. But for Jay-Z, this was more than just about clearing his name, it became personal. He expressed that the trauma this ordeal caused his family, his wife Beyoncé and their 3 children, was something he couldn't forgive. To make matters worse, the timing of the lawsuit, filed just before his daughter Blue Ivy's big moment at the Lion King premiere, fueled his belief it was a calculated attempt to pressure him into settling. Instead, it only made him more determined to fight back.
So, civil complaint, simply allegations, needs to be proven in a court of law, but if true, it could rise to the level of criminality, and, we'll see what happens or if the DA looks and investigates.
Jane Doe's legal team voluntarily dismissed the case with prejudice, a significant move that essentially closes the matter for good, preventing it from being refiled. The reasons behind this decision haven't been officially explained, sparking widespread speculation. Did they realize their case was weaker than they thought, or was there external pressure to back down? The dismissal has only fueled more rumors, with some wondering if Jay-Z's firm stance and refusal to settle were supported by something larger. After all, it's rare for someone to take on such a high-profile lawsuit and walk away unscathed. This has left many asking if there's more to the story than what's been revealed. Could there be unseen factors at play behind the scenes?
It's interesting because You know, obviously this civil suit was coming for a while.
Yep.
And there was some talk between Busby and Jay-Z's lawyers. I think both Busby and Jay-Z's lawyers are really alphas.
While Jay-Z celebrates what he calls a victory, Sean Combs is in a much darker place. He's facing over 40 lawsuits, many involving allegations of misconduct spanning decades. On top of that, Combs is currently incarcerated, awaiting trial on charges that could lead to a life sentence. His legal team has dismissed the lawsuits as sensationalized attempts to grab headlines, but with so many accusations piling up, it's clear his battle is far from over. The contrast between how Jay-Z and Combs are navigating their legal struggles is striking. Jay-Z, with sheer will or perhaps strategy, has managed to distance himself from this particular scandal, while Combs' situation seems to be spiraling further out of control. Their fates appear to be moving in opposite directions, leading many to wonder if there's a deeper connection between the two.
You know, a lot of times lawsuits are like playing poker. Like even when you feign, that you have strength, it could be that you have some weakness in your case. So Busby's never going to say that he doesn't have the evidence. I mean, Busby's always going to say he's got the evidence. He's always going to say, oh, we're going to look at multiple other people. We're going to do all this because he wants to put that fear into that individual.
Adding to the intrigue are whispers of potential new lawsuits. While the case against Jay-Z has been dismissed, some speculate it might not be the last time his name faces legal drama. Could other accusers come forward, emboldened by media attention, or are there more skeletons waiting to be exposed? For now, it's all speculation, but in the world of celebrity scandals, where there's smoke, there's often fire. And let's not forget Tony Busby, the lawyer behind the case, known for his aggressive tactics and high-profile clients. While he hasn't commented on the dismissal, his past statements suggest he's not backing down. Has his strategy of suing prominent figures backfired, or is this just a temporary setback in his larger campaign to hold powerful people accountable? Only time will tell.
I anticipate that we're going to start filing lawsuits, and it may not be big names at first, but we have a long list of names, and you might imagine in situations like this.
Following the dismissal, Jay-Z has made it clear that he feels vindicated, calling this a win not just for himself but for anyone falsely accused. He criticized the system, saying it fails to hold accountable those who file baseless claims. The courts must protect victims, but they must also protect the innocent from accusations without evidence, he said, strong words from a man determined to control the narrative. However, while this lawsuit chapter may be closed for Jay-Z, the story is far from over. The dismissal has only sparked more speculation about what's truly happening behind the scenes. Meanwhile, as Sean Combs continues to face mounting legal troubles, the spotlight on these two men and their starkly different paths shows no sign of fading anytime soon.
Short win. It's really much more of a loss for the legal team of Jay-Z and Diddy.
Why would you say that? Because the judge was kind of harsh to Jay-Z and Diddy in her response?
Yeah, this is sort of like, if a child asks you for something and you're trying to teach them a lesson, you say, no, not right now. Go be good for a little while, then come back and ask me again.
What's next for Jay-Z? Could his apparent triumph signal a fresh start, free from scandal, or is it just the calm before another storm? As for Sean Combs, can he turn his situation around, or will he face the consequences of years of alleged wrongdoing? The answers remain unclear, but one thing's certain, this saga is far from over, and the lines between truth and speculation will keep blurring.
He's gone on to do incredible things, but he has a very specific style, and there's a lot of people who don't like that style, and Judge Torres is one of them. He's now twice kind of taken the reins and tried to take control of the narrative of cases by putting on sort of these preemptive press conferences. He did it with Mayor Adams, and he did it now with Jay-Z, where he goes to the press and essentially puts on a PowerPoint.
Just when it seemed like the dust was settling, rumors about Jay-Z's alleged deal with the FBI have begun to spread rapidly, adding a juicy layer of behind-the-scenes drama. The question everyone's asking, could this rumored arrangement explain how Jay-Z walked away from the scandal with his reputation intact, while his longtime friend Sean Combs seems to be sinking deeper into legal trouble? Let's break it down. Jay-Z's swift and decisive victory in this lawsuit has left many people questioning how it all unfolded. Sure, the case against him had significant flaws, witness inconsistencies, no solid evidence, and a damaging interview where Jane Doe admitted uncertainty about key details. But even with a shaky case, it's rare to see someone of Jay-Z's stature emerge so unscathed, especially when the accusations were as serious as they were. That's where the rumors kick in. Some speculate that Jay-Z may have received a little extra help from powerful allies, namely, the FBI suggesting a potential deal that helped him escape the scandal with minimal damage.
And currently is balancing the public's need for information and the defense's need for information so they can prepare for trial versus the effect that this will have on the alleged victim and her psyche. And obviously the world knows that as soon as her name is revealed, everyone is going to come down on her, from the media to his attorneys to the social media. You're going to get it from all sides.
Jay-Z is no stranger to playing the game at the highest level. He's built an empire from the ground up, navigating the cutthroat worlds of music and entertainment with a level of finesse that few can match. So, is it really that far-fetched to think that he might have made a strategic move to protect himself and his family? According to speculation, Jay-Z may have provided the FBI with critical information in exchange for their assistance, or at the very least, their disinterest in pursuing him further. While there's no hard evidence to back up these claims, the timing of his legal victory has certainly raised eyebrows. The lawsuit was dismissed just as Jay-Z's legal team was ramping up their efforts to discredit the allegations. Coincidence? Maybe, but some are saying it's more likely that Jay-Z struck a deal behind the scenes, offering valuable information to ensure his name stayed clear of the scandal. If this is true, the big question is, what kind of information could Jay-Z have handed over? Could it involve Sean Combs, who's already facing numerous legal battles? Or is there a bigger picture at play, one that could involve other high-profile figures or entire industries? The possibilities are endless, and the speculation continues to build.
Jay-Z is speaking out this morning after the civil suit accusing him and Sean Diddy Combs of was dropped. NBC's Chloe Malas is here with more.
This theory gains even more traction when you compare Jay-Z's current situation to Sean Combs' ongoing legal nightmare. While Jay-Z is celebrating the dismissal of his lawsuit, making statements about truth and justice, Combs is sitting in a Brooklyn detention center, awaiting a trial that could determine the rest of his life. The charges against Combs aren't just piling up, they're becoming increasingly serious, ranging from allegations of misconduct to claims that he ran an elaborate and troubling operation. Combs' legal troubles show no signs of slowing down, and it's hard not to wonder, could Jay-Z's alleged cooperation with the FBI have played a role in leaving Combs out in the cold, bearing the full weight of the justice system? This also brings up another intriguing point, the nature of Jay-Z and Combs' relationship. The two have been friends and collaborators for decades, often appearing together at high-profile events and supporting each other's ventures. But as the saying goes, business is business, and when the stakes are this high, even the closest friendships can face strain. If the rumors about Jay-Z's deal with the FBI are true, it's hard not to wonder how Combs feels about it. Did he see it coming? Was he blindsided? Or is there more to their relationship than meets the eye? Some insiders speculate that tension between the two may have been brewing for a while. They've both been competing at the top of their game for years, and while their public personas suggest mutual respect, the reality behind the scenes might be far more complicated. Could this lawsuit and Jay-Z's alleged deal with the FBI be the tipping point that tests their friendship? Only time will tell, but fans and gossip enthusiasts alike will be keeping a close eye on this unfolding drama.
They're at the party. So I think what happened is this woman's claims weren't vetted properly, and then once the inconsistencies were revealed, they then cut bait, and in exchange for dismissing this, the plaintiff's lawyers here are not going to be found to be liable under the law for any misdeeds. They're not going to be sent to the bar for any disqualification. So they're just both going to go their separate ways.
For now, Jay-Z is riding high, and his public statements make it clear he sees this as a victory not just for himself, but for anyone who has been falsely accused. May the truth prevail for all victims and those falsely accused equally, he said, striking a tone of moral authority that's hard to ignore. While critics may question the sincerity of his words, there's no denying that he's managed to emerge from this ordeal with his reputation largely intact, a rare feat in today's hyper-scrutinized world of celebrity culture. Meanwhile, Sean Combs' situation couldn't be more different. As he prepares for his upcoming trial, the weight of the allegations against him is becoming impossible to ignore. Despite his legal team dismissing the claims as baseless and opportunistic, the sheer volume and seriousness of the charges have many questioning if this is the beginning of the end for the man once known as Puff Daddy. If Combs is found guilty, the consequences could be devastating, not only for him, but for his entire legacy.
A U.S. judge has ruled that the rapper and producer Sean Diddy Combs will stand trial on federal trafficking and racketeering charges in May. He'll be held in prison until then. Sean Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges that he used his business empire to transport women and male workers across state lines to take part in recorded performances. If convicted, he could face a life sentence.
Here's where things get even more interesting. Some say Combs' current predicament could actually work to Jay-Z's advantage. With Combs facing intense scrutiny, any lingering questions about Jay-Z's involvement in this mess might be overshadowed by the drama surrounding his former friend. In other words, Combs' downfall could inadvertently help Jay-Z maintain his polished image, allowing him to distance himself from the controversy and focus on his next moves. But what will those moves be? Will Jay-Z double down on his business ventures and philanthropy, further solidifying his status as one of the world's most influential figures? Or will he be drawn back into the spotlight as new rumors and allegations emerge? After all, in the world of celebrity scandals, nothing stays quiet for long. With lingering questions about his alleged deal with the FBI, it's only a matter of time before the speculation ramps up again.
In her civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
And speaking of unanswered questions, let's not forget the other players in this saga: Jane Doe, her legal team, and the many others affected by this story. Will they come forward with new revelations, or will this case quietly fade into the background, leaving us all wondering what really happened behind closed doors? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more celebrity news and analysis.